So, hi again. I'm here with some updates regarding, what's going to be happening this fall and winter, as far as we know right now. What we know right now is that we have currently two longer trips planned. The first of them is in November, between the 18th and 20th of November. We are going down to Stockholm on the 18th of November, and then on the 19th we are going to attend something called the e-car expo. It's basically a big event for all electric cars, or all things electric out, but mostly cars. And there's not that much information about it on their website, but it's held at a big forum venue. So basically, it's going to be, as I understand, it's going to be a lot of different car manufacturers there showing off cars and whatnot, and hopefully we'll see a lot of the newer cars that's coming out this early next year, like the Opel Ampera E, also known as a Chevy Bolt, the new Renault Zoe with longer range, with a 41 kilowatt battery, and we don't really know what to expect, but hopefully it's going to be a lot more fun than when we went to Enköping, in September. It was not really an car expo. It's just Nissan had a car there, or some, and some electric lawnmowers and whatnot, but it wasn't that fun. But it was a fun trip anyway, so it's fun to go away. But so that's what we're doing in November. So as far as we know right now, so we booked hotel and everything. So it's going to be really fun. We're going with a friend of mine that has a Nissan ENV200, so that's going to be fun. And the temperatures probably will drop a little bit in November. We're going to see probably down to 0 degrees Celsius and maybe some minus. And that's also going to be interesting, because you got to remember, we got our Nissan Leaf in April this year, in March this year, of course. And so we haven't really been, the temperatures that we're seeing right now in the in the beginning of October, it's October 4th today, are basically about the same temperatures that we saw when we got the car. And then it was just steadily getting hotter and hotter outside, meaning basically with a 24 kilowatt Nissan Leaf getting easier and easier to drive an EV. You didn't have to plan that much. So it's good, actually. It feels good to have actually gotten a car. So we got in the summer. So now because when you had an EV for a while, even if you don't think about it, it basically, you start knowing the range, and during certain conditions, and if the gasometer is showing some numbers, how much you cannot really trust those numbers. So you get more aware. It's just there. That's my take on it. And then in December, we are going to an island called Åland. It's an island located between Sweden and Finland. It's like 40-50 kilometers, either way you go on the island. So it's not that big. You go by boat there. We're going from a place called Kapellskär, just south of Stockholm, north of Stockholm, of course. And the boat ride is takes about 2 hours. And the thing that we're going, let's see now. We're going from the 9th. We're going to go on the 9th of December, and then we're going to be back here in Mora. This is the Friday the 9th, and then we're going to come back here on Sunday, the 11th. And we're going, it's me and my girlfriend and her parents. They don't know this. We've just told them that we're going that weekend. We told them to pack clothes for basically 2 days, and pack for according to the weather. And the reason we're going there is basically they have a Christmas market there. I've never seen it. We've never been, and we were there this summer on Åland on vacation, just for a weekend. And actually, it's a nice island. And I just thought, why not? But after planning it, we realized that her parents, my girlfriend's parents, are, I wouldn't say that they're against EVs, but they're in this, the standard category that basically say that, well, EVs aren't usable right now. The range is too low, and it's not doable. They're in that range. You got to say that they're older, like over 70, and that's not an excuse, because there's a lot of older EV drivers out there. So yeah, I read in the paper a couple of days ago that there was a guy who was like over 90 years old, or maybe it was somewhere on the internet. It was a guy who was like 90 years old, or over that even, and he just sold his car and got a Nissan Leaf instead. So I don't think age is really that important. It's more of a mindset. You know, what do you think of the new technologies that are coming? And many people are very skeptical. You know, and I've seen that. We've had the car for about 6 months now, and you know, the most common question is, how far can you go? You know, all the standard questions that I assumed that these questions were coming, but a lot of people are just like, no, it's not gonna. It's just a fad. It's gonna blow over. Electric cars aren't the future, and whatnot. And then they, of course, know about Tesla, and they're like, oh, but they're so expensive, and you know, doesn't really matter, because if someone has made up their mind that this is not going to happen, then I mean, I'm not going to take the discussion. I'd gladly discuss electric cars or EVs in general with someone that wants to learn and know things, but it's not. There's just no point in trying to convince someone if they don't want to talk about it. If they think that I'm full of shit, basically, well, then, I mean. It's basically, I mean, it's the same thing when you discuss religion or anything else that is very, for that person, feels very extreme. And so, yeah, we've calculated that we're going to be driving in minus 10 degrees. It's probably not going to be that cold, but you know, that's probably the coldest it's going to be. So having that in mind, with charge stops and you know whatnot. So we figured we're going from their home. And it's going to be like four charge stops, chargers along the way, and so it's going to be interesting to see how they react, because ever since we got the EV, got the Nissan Leaf, they've been like, well, that's really hard, it's not going to work. And you know, my girlfriend's mom, even when we were out trying the Nissan 3rd kilowatt Nissan Leaf, and we met up with them, talked about this in an earlier clip. But the thing is, she got really upset. I mean, she thought, oh, now we're never going to come and visit again. They'll live like 140 kilometers away. So it's just not a huge drive. And right now, if you start from our place, there's like 3 quick chargers on the route there. So I mean, even if it's like 40 degrees, minus 40 degrees outside, we could do the drive. It's not a problem. But the thing is, as with many people when it comes to EVs, they don't understand that. They can't really grasp the fact that, especially if I'm telling you that, okay, you're going to be able to make this drive, then a lot of people still just assume that that's something I'm saying because I'm biased. I have an investment in electric cars, so therefore I'm over exaggerating the capability of the car. But I'm not, because if I do that, then I'm the one that's going to end up paying for it, basically being stranded without power. So it's just, why would I do that? So that's basically it. We're going, as I said, to an electric car expo in November in Stockholm. It's on the 19th. It's in Stockholm at the place called Nacka Forum. And if someone sees this video and wants to meet up, why not? Sure. We're going to be there from, as I said, in Stockholm from the 18th. And then we're going to Åland, and I'm going to get back. I'm going to try to make some kind of documentary about when we go to Åland. Basically, because, as I told you, about her parents being very skeptical, and now we're actually going to do it in the worst conditions available. I mean, some degrees minus outside. It's going to be cold. It's really not the optimal weather for an EV, and just see how they react. Do they change their mind? Or do they keep on, or does it really, strengthen them in their belief that the range is too low and you have to stop too often? We'll see. And I'm going to try to make some videos about that, and basically make a shorter documentary, just clips here and there, and, show off charging infrastructure that they have on Åland. Because on Åland, they actually have 2 quick chargers, or one 20 kilowatt that is free. And then you have Fortum, the Swedish power company, that has a charging network in Sweden. They also have one of their 50 kilowatt Shademo CCS AC chargers there. We didn't manage to locate that 14 charger when we were there. We located a 20 kilowatt. That for some reason I believe the municipality of Åland has installed a 20 kilowatt. It's just outside a big parking structure, parking garage, but it's free, and so we'll see. It's not going to be a problem, and well, I'll get back to you when I have more. Bye for now.